Most of the time when we use our sewing machines, we use a single needle, but most sewing machines will take a double needle. That means 2 needles but on a single shank. This pack of Janome needles that come with the machine is quite narrow. I think you told me there were 2
millimetre.
But I often buy a 5 mil double needle because that fits actually for stained glass. And what a double needle allows you to do is 2 rows of stitching at the same time. So you're absolutely parallel. So it's actually a great bit of kit. And we can see from this piece of work, which has been done with this needle, Jayne did earlier, we've got 2 different coloured threads as well. And you've set the machine up to do a similar sort of thing for today. Yes.
Yep. It threads slightly differently. We use a spare spool pin. We did them on the I Didn't Like to Ask videos in depth of how to thread it. It threads slightly differently. And again, I've got the 5mm twin needle in today, which is the one I've used on there. So it's a little bit further away.
Further away than these ones. And if I think you're going either side of a seam.
I'm going
that's
either
better,
side,
isn't it?
And what I would normally do is I would press the seam flat open as opposed to one side, which this is one side, so you don't get a little ridge on it.
So you don't have the ditch really, because you're sewing either side, so you don't need a ditch, do you?
So you don't need that. So this one's all ready to go. And what I've done is I put the contrast threads on, so I should have the pink sewing on the turquoise and the turquoise sewing on the pink. I hope.
How does the machine know
twin
you've got
needle
2 needles in there?
It's ready to go. So I'm just going to press that little icon, and you can see now we've got a double line here.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the left one represents the left thread, and the right one represents the right thread.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And so then again, if we just go, I'm hoping I can see fairly straight from this angle. I'm not sure that I can.
And interestingly enough, it comes up with 2.4 as your stitch length. Presumably, if you wanted to do it bigger than that,
you could do it bigger. I will pop down another one of these because it's very difficult to work from the side and going in a straight line. I'm everywhere on here.
Yes.
I will pop another one through and we'll do it. Because
so the other thing to remember is every time you wobble, it wobbles. It
wobbles with you, yes. It wobbles in exactly the same way. So we're not straight there. So I'm going to go down that side.
We get the idea. We get the idea.
We're going to pop it on there. I need to come a little bit straighter on the chair. It's all great this, but when you're trying to go sideways with everything, it's not so brilliant always.
So what sort of alternatives can you do other than straight stitching with a twin needle? Will the machine tell you if you choose?
The machine will tell you when you activate the twin needle function. The machine will tell you if you can use that particular stitch with the twin needle. Okay. And some of the stitches it will actually drop the stitch width to accommodate the twin needle, but you need to bear in mind that is working with the 2mm needle that comes with it. So if you're using anything slightly wider, then I would always just check it first to make sure. I mean, that one's slightly better, but it's very difficult to stitch from the side.
So one of the errors I made with my machines, not as intelligent as this one, my earlier machines with a twin needle, was I put it onto a zigzag.
You
forgot to tell them at Sheen that it had twin needles, and of course hit the side of them, the foot. Bang goes the needle.
You can narrow your zigzag. Yeah. This one will do it, and it will drop the zigzag width to 3.
But the machine will know that you've got the right foot on. There's enough space there, and you won't break your needle.
It's a 9mm swing on this machine, so long as anything over 3, then I wouldn't do it. And if you're not 100% certain, just wind it through by hand. Just a whole revolution first of a stitch, because it's a very expensive. I have actually broken a foot doing this one.
Well, I have only broken a needle, but even so, replacements come as singletons, not as packets of 5.
They're quite an expensive break. And again, with the twin needle, what you need to realise is we've got 2 stitches with 2 threads on the top. We've got a single bobbin thread.
So it's very different on the back.
It's different on the back. It's almost like quite a decorative. I've got the pink bobbin fill in.
It's nice.
So you can see
just a different look.
But it's a different look on the back because you've only got the one thread to work with on the bottom.
So talking about the options of the stitches, this is beautiful. And this is the colourway
with the jacket. It's a serpentine stitch, which almost gives you like a trapunto-like effect on them. It's just with the serpentine, and again I've used a darker and a lighter beige. So it just gives you that little bit of contrast, and you can see with the jacket where the stitching's been done on here, again with different colours on these. So you can really, and it's just a nice decorative finish, and it does give you that little almost raised trapunto effect if you want to.
This is quite densely sewn, isn't it, this piece? Presumably sewn as a piece of fabric and then made up into the garment.
the jacket, yes.
quite lovely.
It is very nice. It's just a different skill set with it.
Well, I think it gives some options with the threads.
It does,
and
and again, maybe like we've looked at before,
quilting.
you could sort of stabilise your fabric and use a twin needle to decorate the fabric prior to cutting it up and using it in your quilts.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just one to have a little experiment with. It would be quite nice with bags, I think. It gives you a really good firm finish.
Very nice, very nice. You see. So yes, I think that's something to go home and practice and play with.